My name is Alex Assenmacher, I am a filmmaker and I also run this drone channel. My main gimbal is the DJI RSC2 and today I want to see if the new Weebill 2 rises to the challenge and is as good as the Ronin. Let's go! In this channel we've been using Zhiyun's gimbals, Goodson's gimbals and other gimbals for test reviews, comparisons, and there's just not a single gimbal that gets close to what we feel when we use a RSC2 in this case, or the RS2, which is Chibo's favorite gimbal, basically because either they have batteries and they suck, the user interface is too complicated. There are tons of things that avoid us from having a good and easy experience, which DJI gives us in this case. I'm going to be completely honest in this video and I won't be beating around the bush. Ever since the DJI RSC2 hit the market, it was definitely my gimbal. I knew it when I first used it and reviewed it last year, and it solved the one and only problem that I had with the previous RC1, because now it would hold my camera with bigger lenses. And you look at the size, the foldability, it works phenomenal, no charging or battery problems, and that's it. All I'm looking for when I use a gimbal is reliability, that it won't let me down and that it will just work perfectly every single time, and most important, that it is fast to use. But before we get into all the tech specs and details, what about the price? Because right now we're here in Barcelona and in Europe the RSC2 is priced at 429 euros and the Weebill 2 at 579, which is a 150 euro difference. Something really to consider. Just the plain, the basic, without any combo or so. In the US, 499 US dollars, 549 US dollars, just 50 US dollars. Let's go with the fast stabilization test. Chibo will do it now, but I really want you to understand that we're looking for something that is easy to use, easy to set up, no complicated UIs, no complicated software, batteries draining or anything or whatsoever. We've been using the RSC and the RS2 for a year now. This one just a couple of days, but what about the build materials? Because the RSC2 seems to be mostly out of alu, basically the whole thing. But here we can see that it has a few more plastic details. What does that mean? Overall it means that probably after a few projects the risks of breaking are higher. What about the design, guys? I mean, the design is cool, the usability is cool. You have this thing that you can attach the tripod that you had before here, right here. So for those lower ground shots, it's pretty cool, but it's too clumsy. And honestly, if you don't purchase the combo where you get another grip for especially doing this and not having to change this from here to here, I think that apart from those shots, it's not too useful. On the other hand, DJI is seeking for that simplicity. You can do it like this, of course, but it's still a little bit like too heavy and clumsy too. But you can open up here, then you open, as you know, this briefcase. You press twice the button and you're ready to go. And it's much more simple. Look at this. I'm holding it with one finger. And for those couple shots that you're gonna do, it's more than enough. We've now seen a bunch of generations of gimbals and we decided that the best and most comfortable is a dual plate system for stabilizing the camera. Basically, in the nature of our job that we have to take out the camera, put it back in and all that, we are, doing this quite a lot. So it's much more comfortable to stabilize the gimbal, in this case the DJI gimbal, with the plate and then take out the camera, maintaining that plate in the gimbal, than with the single plate as the Weebill 2 has with that riser, because every single time that you put the camera back onto the gimbal, you'll have to stabilize it once again. So this is time consuming, this is a pain. Dual plate, one small thing, guys, is that we're not big fans of Raven-eye transmission systems and all that, because the nature, as I told you before, of our jobs, we gotta be quick, creative, and having cables here, more weight, and purchasing even spending more money because all those combos are more expensive. We just don't use it. We use autofocus lenses. We use, we want to be quick. So we're not big fans of those systems. That's basically, guys, why you'll never see us using one of those things. One of the strongest points of the Zhiyun Weebill 2 is this flip-out touch color screen, which is kind of great. We used it in the beginning. We pressed a few things, and after that, honestly, we have not been using it anymore. So it's something that can break. I just don't feel comfortable. And eventually, when you're filming like this, it is in the middle of, you have another screen for what you're filming, and I just end up doing like this. So thanks for that. I just don't use it too much. On the other hand, the Ronin has a much smaller and black and white screen, which is okay, but you're just using one button, 3 different modes that you set up anyway once, and once you set them up, it's not like something that you're going to be changing a ton of times. So overall, you just press the button, you change the modes. Screens are not really necessary in gimbals. Oh, and by the way, you can use this flip screen also as a video monitor, but for that you'll need to purchase that video transmission system that I told you before, which means more money, and eventually you're just, I don't know, I just can't purchase another external monitor. Bigger, maybe. After today's use, there are 3 things that just, that kill me really, and that's the part that I like the least of this Weebill, especially compared to the RSC2. The designer of this should be imprisoned, honestly. The first thing is, of course, when I'm holding it like this, it's kind of okay, all the buttons are here, but Chivo, they just killed. I mean, if you're a left-handed, look at this. Now, I wanna, use the joystick. I just can't. I can't. So they decided that this gimbal is directly not for left-handed people. The second thing is, look at this joystick. I mean, it's kind of, I've been using it, and when I was filming, if you want to go up, I don't know, the logical way is to go like this, because your thumb goes up, right? But if you do like this, Chivo, if you can come closer, look at where this thing is. The camera will go forward or down. So this is a little bit complicated. Now, I can give you the point here that maybe I can get somehow used to that. Third, the trigger is hard as... I mean, it's not a good trigger. I mean, listen to this. It's like too plasticky. It's like, no. And you know the lock mode that you have on the RSC, when you just press the trigger once and you can lock the camera? It doesn't work. There is no locking mode. You have to use the thumb again and go to this L right there, which is the lock mode. So overall, what I'm trying to say here, Chivo, is that when I'm running, for example, at a wedding or an event, I'm running and I want to just change a mode, I have to use a second hand or use my thumb, and everything is going to be moving in my hand. This is just not stable. This is why I told you that the designer should be imprisoned. It's a joke, but I just don't like it. And to make it even worse, if you're using the follow focus or this wheel for whatever reason, shutter or whatever, you have to use another hand. Whereas on the Ronin, I can do everything with one hand, even the wheel. It's on my finger here. Buttons, joystick, everything. And look at this, if I'm left-handed, I can do the same. It's just overall, guys, simplicity. And I'm, with a gimbal, all about simplicity. I need it to be fast, efficient, and reliable. So I'm sorry, I just got a little bit like, because these things they make me angry. It's just too simple to use the Ronin. Plus, guys, the battery of the Weebill 2 is up to 9 hours. And this battery is 14 hours. Do you know what that means? That means that, for example, if I'm doing a wedding, which can go 12, 13 hours, this thing is gonna last for the whole day. But with a 9-hour battery, no, I just will have to charge it in between somehow. Well, guys, I did my breathing lessons. I'm a little bit more chill now, so I can keep talking like this. overall, I still stick with my RSC2. I'm sorry for this, but as I told you, ease of use, it's simple, it's fast, it's reliable, the double plate system and everything that we've been talking about in this video, plus it is cheaper. So honestly, there's not a single point that will make me decide for a Weebill to buy Zhiyun in this case. It is what it is, it's my preferences, I'm sorry. If you don't agree, let me know in the comments and we can have a nice fight. And nothing really else to say, guys. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Leave a thumb also for Chivo editing this video, and nothing really else to say, guys. Always remember to keep calm and talk UAV. ¿Cómo se dice eso? ¿Tu pantalla la ves?
Vale. A ver, espera. No, no hace tanto, ¿no?
No, take out the camera. In the nature of our job, we have to take out and put on. Comes close. Our position. No, vuelve a empezar.